What's up? Episode 127. Oh my god. Yeah. What's up, people? Come on in. Cheers. Happy Monday. One second. I'm switching. Oh my god. Sorry for the transition. I have a new stereo. Good God, it took a month. What's up, everybody? Come on in. Oh yeah, Ozzy released a record. Hold on. Let me get situated. Alright, I got the vinyl rolling. I have a brand new sound set up here I'll talk about in a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's been a while. I've been busy as hell, and I've been having fun. Summer was nuts. Let's chat. Okay, first of all, Nitro Pepsi. I'm gonna get to that. I'm a fan. This is Evening Hour, episode 127. Please let me know if it sounds good. If for some reason the channel goes on the fritz, Cardone Magic on Instagram. I'll immediately go live there. Cardone Magic. So if you're not following it, follow it. If you're new to the channel, by God, it's chatty. So if you look below, there's a whole bunch of people in there already chatting. I see a bunch of people. I didn't even give shout outs yet. My mom is in the house. What's up, mama? Yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know all the nonsense. I'm at 1,000 subscribers. I'm eternally thankful for you guys really supporting the cause here. I wouldn't have been able to do it without all the regulars in here. So cheers to you. And I'm drinking tonight Nitro Pepsi, the newest soda that I found that I like. Here, look at this. It's got nitrogen. So when I bought it at the deli, it was $4 for a can. Everywhere else in the United States, it's $2 a can. But in New York City, it's $4 a can. Anyway, I bought it, and I love that there's an Aussie discussion going on. I bought the stuff. I opened it up. It makes a really weird noise when you open the can, and then you drink it, and by God, it tastes like flat Pepsi, which I kind of like. Now, here's the thing. It tastes flat because the bubbles are small. And so what it is it's fluffy. So I recommend it. All right. What are we doing here? All right. I'm trying to Ozzy. There's yeah. Ozzy has a new record. I haven't heard it yet. Oh, they do have a vanilla. What's up, Eric? Alex, Eric, William. Who else is in here? Sherman's in here. What's up, brother? Yeah. There's a lot of people in here. All right. Cool. So anywho. I got notes before we get into the subject. Listen, I got a crazy, awesome episode. There's a live guest here waiting. We'll get to in a second. It's a better Pepsi. I like that. It's a better Pepsi. I do like it. I'm a fan. It is worth the extra. I sip it slower. I take my time. Anywho, let me pour a little more here. Solid 10 for the album. Oh, really? That's your review of the Aussie. All right, I'll check it out. Jolt. God, I remember that. So, I have a new stereo. It took a month. It was a headache. I had to get a speaker selector. So, the amplifier I wanted for what I have cost about $7,000, which I'm not about to spend $7,000 on my stereo just this moment. So, I got a really good Sony, 100-watt Sony, but I bought a speaker selector so I can add lots of speakers and they won't blow up. So, someone in here is from Brazil. I would love to visit Brazil. It's in my top 5 places to visit. I love Brazilian culture and food, but I'm a really big fan of Zé do Caixão, Coffin Joe. I love him. I love the movies. So, yes, I would love to visit Brazil. Well, if only 2 songs were bad, that's pretty good. What else? I mean, I've been very busy. So I've been out. My summers are very busy with life, not just work. I don't work that much in the summer. But there's a million people that come through my house. And yes, I party and surf and have fun. So I've been very busy. Now that fall's in session, I'm going to start doing these on the regular. And I got some cool episodes planned. It's now surfy season too. Like last week, I was in the water 5 days in a row. Oh, I wanted to say something about the sharks. It's been on the news a lot. Sharks. It was like August. The news stories on the sharks is horseshit. I'm going to be honest. About 10 years ago, there was a summer where there was a lot of shark attacks. Well, it turns out there were less that year than any other year. It was just the news decided to talk about it. So in my beach here, when someone sees a shark, they make a huge deal out of it. They have the helicopters and they start kicking everybody out of the water. But it's nonsense. It's really nonsense. If you see a shark, it doesn't mean that... they're always there. You just don't see them. So when you see it, it doesn't mean anything. It's literally meaningless. If someone's eaten by a shark, well, that means something. But no one's eaten by a shark. And the person that was bit, supposedly, literally, it was smaller than a scratch. So, nonsense. They are peaceful. They usually don't bother anybody. Literally, this year, they had up and down. They were trying to throw the surfers out of the water, and obviously, they don't budge. Yeah, the news playing the fear tactics. It makes money. When you're afraid, you consume. So, you know. The people that watch this channel understand that concept. Cats are a complete menace to the ecosystem. Really? I didn't know that. Are they? They might be. Cats? That's funny. We have cats here on the beach. We have beach cats. They kind of hang out under the boardwalk. It's funny. I want to give a shout out today. September 19th. It's Jim. I don't know if Jim, you're watching, but it's Jim's birthday. And it's also my granddad's birthday, Pappy Lardiri, which, here, this guy. I wanted to give him a shout out. No joke, I spent more time with this guy than anybody when I was a little kid. My house that I grew up in from age 1 to age 5 was originally his house, and then they moved beside it. My mom's watching. She'll verify this. Mom, what's up, Mom? And so, we eventually lived in that house, and my grandparents lived literally right beside me, and I was at their house every day. When we moved, I was still at their house every day because my high school and my middle school were right near there, and I skipped a lot of school, and I would go there and hang out. So I also ate dinner there. My mom will tell you. We didn't have to cook much because they cooked 3 meals a day. It was like a restaurant. So we ate there all the time. So I want to give a shout out to him. My Pappy Lardiri showed me everything that ended up influencing me. He showed me my first magic tricks, guitar, horror films, Godzilla, Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein. He was also a fan of radio dramas, and we listened to them all the time. So he's one of the, if not the biggest influence on my tastes, my artistic tastes. And he himself was an artist. So shout out to Pappy Lardiri, who would have been like 110 or something today. So, wow, his influence is all over my shit. So, cheers, Pappy. There are less snake-related deaths than sharks. Is that true? That's great. There's no good magicians in Brazil. I really want to come down. Yeah. You know, it would be kind of nuts if Toilet Boys could get a show there. Let me, I'm going to plant some seeds. Thank you, my Brazilian friend. What is your name? I can't read your 100, no, yeah, I can't read that. I had to learn English to learn things about the United States. I love the documentary An American Satan. Thank you. I like that movie, too. That's a cool movie. Oh, you're about 80% sure about the snake claim? I don't know it either. What else? Oh, also this summer, I did play a bunch of my Rambones shows. It was successful. We're going to keep doing it. It's my Ramones cover band. We should bring that to Brazil. That would be cool. And Toilet Boys are going to be playing Chicago October 22nd. I believe it's sold out, but you know how it is. If it's sold out and you show up, you can usually get a ticket. That's at a venue called Reggie's, which I hear is really cool. What else? I have a couple other things, and then we're going to get into the subject. Here, little story before we... So, I went to a wedding. My cousin, Luke, I don't know if you're watching, cousins. He had a really great wedding. Him and Marina, his wife, got married in Pennsylvania in this awesome barn venue. And we got back yesterday, and I came home to a very bustling Rockaway Beach, and right on, literally 4 houses down, the skate park was having a Red Bull sponsored skateboard contest. And so I walk out of my house. I'm going to go down and watch the festivities. And I walk out, and there's a dude looking at the bikes in front of my house, and I immediately notice he doesn't need to be there. He's probably trying to steal one, and the one that he's looking at had a flat tire. So I'm looking at him, and I forget what I said, like, yo, don't touch those. And he immediately got, like, defensive, and I knew right away what was going on. As soon as he did that, another friend saw what was going on and got a skateboard ready to hit the dude in the head. And so I forget what I said. I called him out on it. He got violent and started, like, pretending like he had a gun, and he had a backpack on his chest. And he was like, yo, don't make me do it. He was trying to... And I was like, do what? You have a gun? Let me see. Like, I was kind of messing with him. What's up, Ruby? And then, I scared him off. I told him that he was going to get butt raped every day in jail. I was kind of making fun of him. He ran off towards the boardwalk. And then I waited just a second because I was like, that guy probably is not going far. I went up and I found him, kind of mad dogged him a bit. I walked right up and stood right in front of him and glared him down and then left. And then I went and got friends, and then we went and glared him away. We stared him away. I wanted him to know we watch our things. The moral of the story is you got to fight back a little bit on these kind of guys because it's getting worse. And when people don't show any aggression back, it's bad. Like, you have to put up some sort of something. I mean, it doesn't help to give in at this point. There's too much of it. And so it's going to get worse. Our crime rate's slowly, like, just creeping up. And I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. But you got to show some force if you want to keep your neighborhood safe. When I was little and I was doing bad things in neighborhoods I shouldn't have been in, if there was one scary guy on that block, the crazy old man, I didn't go back. It was too much hassle. So, you're working on a Lex Talionis article. I kind of want to see it. I'm a fan of that. Well, that's it. Street justice is the way it's going to come back to, which is I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. I'm okay with that. It's just you got to do it. All right, we're on. Let's start the show. Let's bring in the guest. So the person you're gonna meet in 2 seconds, literally. I met her, I believe 6 years ago, backstage at the Slipper Room. I'm a weirdo. I get to the Slipper Room when I'm working there very early to set up my magic crap. I kind of take over a corner of the area. What I message you with the yes, if that's what you're talking about, the article, yes, you can PM me, yeah. So she came in, and I met her backstage at the Slipper Room, and since then, we've done a bunch of shows together. Her mother has a belly dancing legacy in New York and has booked me for show, because she books shows, and then I ended up doing shows with her via that, but then we both got gigs at the Russian nightclub. Both of them, too. You were at the other one, too. I remember that. And so we were working there together, and then we've done a bunch of shows. So right now she just finished and is starting a really awesome show that we're going to talk about here. I don't know what else to say. She's one of the coolest humans ever and an amazing entertainer. We're going to talk about all of her skills and everything. Oh, thank you on the shirt. Thank you. Yes, Syrena is on right now in about 2 seconds. So I'm going to introduce her, and then I got live video of the show that she does. She's a belly dancer. She's a singer. She's a fire performer. She's a, the word chanteuse? The word is a chanteuse, a nightclub entertainer like no other. Please give a warm welcome, and yes, there's questions. You can ask questions. Put your hands together for Syrena. Come on in, Syrena. Come on in. I'm gonna move this here. You come over here. This is Syrena. What's up?
Hello. Thanks for the awesome intro.
All right, now make sure you can hear us. If you can't hear us and it's a little muffly, please say something. Fool us. Yay! What is the meaning of life? Here we go. Okay. So this is Syrena. No, you're good. You're good. Are we framed okay? Make sure the sound's good. And why is it 42? That is from The Meaning of Life in 42 is the book Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which, you know what? I've never read that book. Have you?
No.
It's pretty famous. I've never seen the movie.
But
what's up?
Howdy.
Howdy. So, you just finished your show.
Yes, we just closed Seven Sins. I'm with Company XIV, and we had a show that was running for 5 months. I want to say 5 or 6. It was
5 months.
5 months. It started in April, and it closed August 28th. And we just started a new show in a brand new venue called Cocktail Magique. And that's just right across the street from the original venue, and
it's a magic thing too.
Yeah,
Which we're going to talk about.
Show.
She's a magician too, which I forgot to say.
Brand new.
She's a brand new magician.
Baby magician.
Yeah. So okay. The show Seven Deadly Sins, which I'm going to show a clip of in a second. How do you describe it? It's not really a burlesque show, even though it has burlesque in it.
It's like
it's a dance show.
It's a Baroque burlesque theater show with. It's a variety show also. So the director went to Juilliard for Baroque dance, so it's heavily influenced with like.
Oh,
Louis
can't
XIV.
Hear her. Speak up. Speak up.
Oh.
Here, let's move closer. Actually,
okay.
Here. No, because my voice is really loud. For those of you that aren't sitting in the room right now,
soft-spoken.
I'm a loudmouth. So.
Okay, so the company is heavily inspired by Baroque dance and Louis XIV and that those court dances and just general opulence. So he fuses ballet and Baroque dance and burlesque and acrobats.
I can hear them. Oh, somebody can hear. Okay, we're good.
Okay. But anywho, so that's the company.
Yeah. When I saw, before I saw this new one, I had seen a couple other productions with Lillian, who was here.
Yes.
I don't know, 3-4 months ago. We had another performer from that show in here, and my initial reaction was, "Wow, this is great." It's the best of all variety. It's like perfect burlesque, perfect nightclub singers, just really well done choreography with a theme. And the new show, I thought the theme was the best one, which for this crowd you'll appreciate. It's called
Seven Sins.
Yeah, it's the Seven Deadly Sins. It's basically the Adam and Eve story, told through dance, burlesque, and variety. And she got to have one of the coolest parts in the show. Yeah. So basically, Adam and Eve come out. The devil god character, because I don't know if you know this. If you read the Old Testament, it doesn't say the snake in the garden's the devil. Okay, it doesn't say that. It's a serpent, a talking. It doesn't. Also, the devil in the Old Testament is not the same as the devil in the New Testament. It's a different character. In the Old Testament, hey, Pataki, my buddy. In the old days, not Pataki, the devil in the Old Testament, he's an agent of God.
Yeah.
In the New Testament, he's Jesus's enemy. So in this, I took it as a god figure, even though he's clearly the devil character, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then each performer is doing one of the sins. And her sin...
I got to play the sin of lust.
Yeah, that's one of the good ones.
It's really cool.
I mean, if you had to
Very
pick
fun.
one of the deadly sins to indulge in for all eternity without any repercussions, I think gluttony and lust would be the two biggies.
Yeah, I also like vanity, but I like gluttony and lust are the two good ones.
Like, if you had to poll people,
Yeah.
right? What would you guys say in the audience here? I don't
so.
know. I've done so much research about it.
I think about the Old Testament and New Testament.
Oh. All right, so I want to show a clip.
Okay.
The clip I have a video of her performing in Company XIV's Seven Deadly Sins. It's about a 6-minute clip.
It's the whole act. He filmed
It's
the whole
I got her
finale
whole act.
performance.
Yeah. And it's cool because I had a good seat to film it in. The devil in Greek means to slander. Oh, interesting. So in the show, this is Act 2. I mean, right? Yeah, Act 2. Because it's 3 acts.
Yeah, I'm
You're in Act 2.
in the middle of Act 2.
Right. And Adam and Eve have been presented with lust. And the act is lust. So it's 7 minutes. So sit back and enjoy this. I hope this works well. I have to scroll. Here we go. I'm going to turn this off. Here we go. Check this out, folks. I'll be right back.
You can't live without me. Every song you sing is about me.
Wow. I love that act. That is great. That
Thank
is
you.
and
Thanks
so
for sharing with your followers.
I mean, dude, that bowl is crazy. I was just asking her if she ever had any mishaps
No.
cuz it looks pretty. I've seen you do it there 4 times and it looks I mean, you can see it
does
moving.
move. I mean, like it does feel sometimes like but like I've never had to adjust it. It's never fallen, so
It's pretty ballsy. I mean, to do that.
thanks.
And did you have a backup plan if it fell? What would you? Did he ever ask you?
I mean, I would think to myself, okay, what would I do? And I think the only thing to do in that situation would be to try to do something sexy in the water.
Oh,
and
like
finish
roll
out
around in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, it's not a great look. Regardless, you can't really mess it up and make it look good. You can try,
Yeah.
try to be sexy, dance. Maybe I'll do the sword. I'll take
I mean,
the sword out early.
Right. But they would know. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But to me, those moments aren't bad
No,
because
it makes it interesting.
well, they'll never forget
and it's
it.
real. They
Yeah,
know
it's real. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've had mishaps with the straitjacket and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the art of balancing things and moving your body. And how did you get involved in belly dancing?
Well, my mother is a belly dancer and a teacher, and like you said earlier, she kind of has a legacy in New York. So
Yeah.
she started me really young, like 3 years old. I was performing in her
3.
shows,
You were the cute little kid that would come out.
just running
And
around.
they'd be like, "Oh, look at
Yeah.
the little one." And then when did you start bust out jazz hands and hope for the best?
Yeah, just
It's hilarious.
well, folks, that's that. Yeah.
Now, so when did you first all right, we got a gig today, little girl, and you're like, we're gonna go do a show.
Oh, the first professional.
Yeah,
gig?
yeah.
It was at Le Souk, and that was actually the first.
Wait, what's that? What's that?
It was a really popular, Egyptian restaurant nightclub in the West Village.
They had belly dancers.
Yeah, they had
would
belly
book.
dancers regularly.
We have how many Middle
There's a
Eastern
circuit,
restaurants
a
that
restaurant
book them
circuit.
here? We have a bunch.
There's a circuit. Like if you
Yeah.
want a belly dance in New York, there is just
There's a lot.
the clubs, and I worked in all of them.
I worked in one. Tajin.
You did.
I did.
That's a starter club that
20
every
years
single
ago.
beginner belly dancer goes for their
I
first
had
gig.
I had a magic show with Albert. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was your first one. Was it which one?
Le Souk.
La Souk.
Le Souk.
And how old?
I was 19 or 18 going on 19, and it was the first and only show I ever dropped a tray because I put it on my chest, and the beads on the bra, obviously you can't put a tray on beads. I was just
Oh,
being
I
an,
see,
I was
I
like an
see.
idiot, and it slid off. But yeah, so that was my
that's
first
cool.
gig.
That's cool. Very cool. I mean,
And 18, 19 was also when I met you at the no, it was 19 at Slipper Room.
oh, that's when you
because
started doing nightclubs.
That's just when I started doing nightclubs in general,
Right.
but Le Souk was the very first.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we have a lot of variety now in New York City. Mm-hmm. There's the companies like yours, and then there's the Slipper Room type shows and stuff. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So then, through belly dancing, it seems to me belly dancing has a few layers to it. You have the music people that do the music gadgets. What do you call these?
Zills, finger cymbals.
Yep. And then you have the balancing.
Yeah, candle tray, which is all of this stuff is kind of fusiony. The finger cymbals are traditional veil, but the shows in New York are much more American cabaret fusion with Egyptian, because the tray balancing, I think my mother brought it here from Morocco. It wasn't really a thing in the belly dance shows, so that's a
Wow.
newer prop.
It looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
And then the snake dancing. Mm-hmm. When I first met you, not when I first met you, when we were working at Zavo,
Yes.
I have to tell the Zavo story.
Yes.
All right, this is a story because we were both involved in this, and she can fill in the gaps, and I can. So it was a Russian owned. I mean, it was a Russian nightclub, and Russian nightclubs. Part of
It
the
was like
shtick.
a restaurant.
It was a
Supper
restaurant.
club.
It was a
dinner
supper
show.
club. Yeah. But see, the thing that makes it a Russian nightclub is you eat dinner, there's a show, and then it turns into dancing.
Yeah.
All in the same venue. And I was in 2 of the 3 shows. I mean, I did all 3. But the main ones I did were, one was themed Arabian Nights. The other one was
Venetian Mystery.
which I only did one. It was a Venetian show.
And 50 Shades of Zavo.
50 Shades of Grey theme. The club was called Zavo, so we had 50 Shades of Zavo. Should I tell the Margot Velvet story? I think you're going to get a hoot out of it.
If you want. You can.
So...
She's going to find the video and be like...
Well, I mean, it's the truth.
I know.
I'm telling the truth. So we were
Spilling the
both in the
tea.
show. She was the star of the show. You were the star. No, you were. You would sing and you did the aerial.
I
and
did a lot of things.
did a
I
lot.
wouldn't call myself the star of the show, but I did a lot of acts.
I had to wear a turban because it was an Arabian Nights theme. And so it's me in a turban as the MC. And so opening night, we had way too many props. And her entrance was on a palanquin.
Oh my god. And it didn't...
Well, yeah, so palanquin is that thing that everybody holds like this, and the princess is sitting inside, and she's in there, like this, and it was so big.
It was like singing or something.
Yeah, it didn't fit through the crowd, so it didn't even make it to the stage.
Just bad.
And we ran that show for like a good solid few years.
Yeah.
And then
It was cool. I mean, it was like interesting. It was cool. Yeah, it was.
I did magic and MC'd, and so the boss lady of the show,
Yes.
Margot Velvet. I don't know if I'm going to tell the whole story. Anyway, we had a falling out. She did something to me that is to me unforgivable in the showbiz scene, and so I pulled the plug on that one on my end. But you were out of that. Were you still?
I know.
I don't remember.
I was like
You
not
jumped
even in
out.
New York.
Yeah, you were out. Right. That's right. You had
Yeah.
left. I was still. It was like, yeah, I was booked for a private show. That's how it started. But anyway, this show was funny because the creative director insisted that she had an entrance. So at the end of the show, she would be waiting with her little outfit on, and I would be like, every time I would introduce her, I would try to do it more over the top to make fun of her without her realizing it. It was kind of funny. And I would be like, I would literally have the microphone with my turban on, and I would go, "Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. You'll never believe who's in the house. One of the most wonderful artists in the world. She's here tonight. I can't believe can you guys believe she showed up tonight? One of the greatest creative artistic directors known to man." I would like exaggerate so much. And then the song was Queen, I Want It All. No, it was Queen. It was I thought it was I Want
Show
It.
must go on, wasn't it? That
Yes!
one? Yeah.
The show must go on.
on.
Oh shit, Ruth's in here. What's up, Ruth? And and then the show must go on would kick on, and she would come up and stand on stage, and I would be like, "Oh my God, this is unbelievable." Well, she's not around
What a
anymore.
time. No,
Yeah.
she's around.
Not in New York.
She still hits me up on text for things in New York.
Yeah.
But I think she's based in Florida now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't say names.
I think we already said names.
Oh yeah, we did.
It's too late for that.
Say la vie.
C'est la vie, as they say.
Oh yeah. So Ruth, you got to go back and watch. You'll see some cool stuff earlier on. Yeah, we did some really fun shows, and then you did the other Russian club, which I
Romanov.
that was cool.
Yes.
Romanov. That was more of a traditional Russian nightclub.
Totally big stage.
Huge.
You go down steps and everything. I did
Huge.
snake stuff there.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, you have a really, really neat performer. Oh, fire eating too. How did that get started?
That was also, my mother introduced me to flambeau, honestly, when I was like 8. But then we started doing actual fire lessons when I was 19, 20.
I see. Because I met him years ago. I was in the scene. I remember the first night I saw him. It was at Cutting Room at, do I have a cold? You know, I am a little nasal. You have a good ear, Ruth. I am nasal. Do you
Maybe
hear it?
it's the Pepsi.
I'm drinking Nitro Pepsi. No.
It's the sugar.
I think it's the heat today.
Could be.
It was 86 degrees today here in New York
Did
City.
you drink enough water to
Huh?
offset the sugar?
No.
Could be that. I'm like the polar opposite in terms of like drinks and stuff. I'm very healthy.
She drinks a lot of water. I don't have a cold, but I am a little nasal. So you learned from
notice it.
Flambeau.
Yeah, fire.
The first night I saw him, it was me and Albert and him were in Les Scandelles at the cutting room.
Oh.
And he walked out. He looked kind of out of shape and sweaty. I'll never forget it. He just had jeans on. He had no shirt. And he walked out. And I was like, who the hell is this asshole? And he had a can of lighter fluid. And he just started squirting it on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was like, what a kook. And then he lights the stage on fire and then does his act. And that night I was like, that man is the greatest fire eater I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He did stuff I'd never seen anybody do before. Like when he put his hand in the flames, he like leaves it in there way long. I mean,
he's wild. He's
very
really
wild.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. So that's where you learned.
Yes, fire eating and fire dance props.
Wow. Okay. And you know, it is dangerous. We've all heard of accidents, and it's.
If I'm doing ambient fire eating, which I almost never do anymore, because I'll tell you why. Your tongue, even if it doesn't hurt, you're burning your mouth, so my tongue is just bleeding at the end of it, because I'm like fire eating and fire licking for a whole hour, and I'm like, the skin on my tongue is falling off.
It's bad. I learned how to fire eat. I spent 2 weeks like really getting it down and learning it, and I started feeling sick.
Well, that's because you use fuel. I only use iso alcohol, so it's actually not toxic, but the fuel stuff for fire breathing, I don't do. I do fire eating, but fire breathing will
I
make
do the
you
breathe.
sick.
And now I only do the breathe, not the eat. In that show, you would eat, and then I would do the breathe.
Yes.
I remember that. And
I also did bowl balancing, so the same thing you saw earlier with the bowl of water, I do with the bowl of fire. So
I
that's
think the
what
water's
I did.
crazier, actually.
It's harder, way harder.
Way harder.
Water is
because it
so
moves.
much- yeah.
Because if you move water and it shifts, it keeps moving. Whereas fire ain't moving around necessarily, is it?
No, it's not.
It's-
but
it's-
it's dangerous because it's fire. So if you
Right.
drop it,
Yeah. Ugh. Wow.
but it's easier to balance. Yeah.
I use lamp oil, but I know people that use other fuels for fire breathing too, more toxic stuff. It depends how. I mean, there's different. It has different intensities. I like oil, but it does make you sick.
Yeah.
Do you remember we did that gig in Jersey? I thought we were doing fire at that thing. Remember that weird college graduation event we did?
Yeah.
It was
we did
you,
fire.
me, Adam Reelman, who I did interview on this channel, if you remember. And it was also
Ellie Steingraber.
Ellie Steingraber.
Yep.
And we did a private party. Oh yeah, fire eating is
Just use iso alcohol.
he said hair and beard. You're right. People that have hairy faces have a harder time, but I met people that do it.
Yeah, you can.
You can. It's riskier. I'm not a fan. Fire eating is going to get rarer and rarer and rarer. You can't do it in any venue.
I know.
All right, so New York City,
It's impossible to do it in this city legally.
we have the worst laws in the United States here, and so
Well,
they broke.
arguably.
They got rid of our last mayor, De Blasio, who is, in my opinion, garbage. He one of the good things he did was he got rid of the cabaret law.
Yeah.
But since then they've added more bullshit. Like Slipper Room now needs a permit and a person with a special permit to have a fog machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fog that you can buy at Party City. You need a permit now. And the reason is funny. It's because one fire machine set off a fire alarm somewhere, and the fire engine on the way to check it out was in a car wreck. And that's how it started. And they were mad, and they were like, this is bullshit. Fire. The fact that they start. So then what they did, to make money and to I don't know, they basically created a new division in the fire department, which is fire safety, which is what you'd need for all this fire eating stuff. It's another new division. It's a money-making scam.
Yeah, I can't even get into it. I won't.
It's a mess. So, and as your singing goes, I think it's awesome that they let you sing in the. I mean, this is what's cool is you get to do both.
Yeah, so that's how I started out in the kind of arts world. Aside from my mother training me in belly dance, I studied singing, and I went to high school for voice in New York, and then I went and studied opera for a year at Manhattan School of Music before I decided I didn't want to do opera anymore. I wanted to do variety stuff.
She likes opera.
But I do love opera, and that's what I am originally trained in, so I love singing, and I'm super glad I get to do it in the show.
I mean, if you watch the clip earlier, when you're singing, when you do the chorusy part, people kind of gasp. It sounds great. I mean, it's really haunting. It's great.
Thanks.
What is the most peaceful derpy snake ever?
I think ball pythons.
Ball pythons are very mellow.
Yeah,
I've had
they're
one.
pretty derpy.
I had one. I had one die in my hands.
Aww,
I had a pet snake that died in my hands.
that is
It
sad.
was sad. It's weird when you have a firm snake go limp.
How did he die?
I don't know what was killing him. I mean, he got sick and died. He just acted weird, stopped eating, and then died.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
Yeah. That's how it,
That's how
it's
it is.
coming here. Eventually. Yeah, I'm an opera freak too. Oh, Ruth, you trained in opera? What?
Dope.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an opera
Well,
nerd.
the act at XIV was originally supposed to be fire, but because of the fire permit bullshit, whatever, we had to change it to liquid, which is how I even got started balancing
Oh,
liquid in the
okay.
first place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Happy accident.
Yeah.
Now she's doing magic. So the new show, Cocktail Magique, is
Yep.
it's like a cocktail drink mixing show with variety, and the drink are part of the show,
Yeah.
and she does walk around magic, which is what I
In
do.
the pre-show, I do a little bit. I do a few tricks to get the crowd warmed up.
And she's doing not the kind of magic tricks you would buy in the store. Like, she learned the hard stuff, which is
Sleight
cool.
of hand, real sleight of hand.
Yeah, it's cool. You'll be able to do walk around gigs. Like, I'll be able to, if I'm
Maybe,
double
hopefully.
booked, I'll be like, Syrena, you want to work a couple walk around gigs?
Ooh,
Bunch of old bankers.
that'd be fun.
Wow. I mean, I like doing walk around gigs. I mean, that's what pays my bills.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I have no complaints. Yeah. I saw the movie Opera. Sherman, you're referring to Argento's Opera, which is, have you ever seen Dario Argento's Opera?
No.
Great movie, horror film. Woo! That is a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, it is a great idea, Ruth. It's like and so the magic in the show is mixed in to the variety element. And she's the walk around magician when you first walk in, and then she does the belly dancing in the show, which is great. Hypnotism is fun. I've messed around with it. I've done in my life 2 times a hypnosis show where it's just hypnosis. It's interesting. You just gotta kind of go for it. It's weird. It's a minimalistic art. There's not much there. It's
Yeah.
audience management. That's literally what a hypnosis show is. Self-hypnosis is cool too.
That I have, not to plug an app. We're not
Yeah.
sponsored, but the Reverie app is a self-hypnosis app that I think is the best
I didn't know.
on the market. Yeah.
You can tell it how long you want? Can you pick how long?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I mean, they're pre-recorded, but there's like a long and a short version of each.
Oh, okay, right. There's like a 20-minute one and then the
Yeah.
hour one. Self-hypnosis when I was in high school
More like
and
15 minutes.
middle
honestly.
school saved my life. I used it
Oh, wow.
all the time to go to bed at night. I used it like to calm down. I still use it. And whenever I do magic lessons for kids, I always teach that as one of their full. If I'm doing a course, like a 12-week course, one of them will be self-hypnosis.
Oh, look, a question. Is hypnotism legit? I bet you have a lot
Oh,
to say
all right.
about
So, yeah. So here's the deal with hypnosis. I asked a longtime professional hypnotist once, is hypnosis real? And his answer was, I don't know, but my clients say it works. So, my answer, is it legit? Is yes, it is legit. It's not what people always think it is. There is fake hypnosis. There's real hypnosis. And sometimes you can't tell which one it is. It's very interesting. Oh, you do too. All right, there you go. See, she uses it too. Here, move this. This thing keeps falling.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So funny. I keep like looking different places around the room because I'm so not used to like.
Yeah, like that's weird.
There's a camera.
There's a bunch
and I'm
of people
I
over
keep
there.
looking,
I know.
but
There's an audience of people.
and I'm like
sitting
looking at the screen. Anyway.
there. So hypnosis is real. It's here's an example. Have you ever been driving in a car? You don't drive because she's a New Yorker. You're driving in a car and like 20 minutes goes by and you are sleeping and you're like, how did I operate a car and not wreck for like 20 minutes? And I'm basically was asleep. Well, you're not asleep technically. Your eyes are open. Your brain is shut off, but you're functioning. That's a form of hypnosis. And so, Sherman, what's a good way? Rick Sherman in the house. How would you define it? What's a simple way to explain it? He's a wordsmith. He probably can explain. Another one is, if you see a show where people are running around acting like chickens, most of the time people are just, they feel compelled to follow along. They don't know why, but they're following along. So at the end of the day, whether it's real or not, if you can get them to do it, it worked, right? The real question is in their own imagination if they're actually really believing it. And the answer is yes. I've done it to people. I one time put one of my cousins in a hypnotic trance and then took him out of it. And I forget what it was. I said, like, anytime you hear a bell ring, you're going to feel like you're being tickled. And then his mom called me and was like, you got to come here and fix this. He's still giggling around. So I had to go down and readjust. Which is why when you do hypnosis shows, there's insurance involved sometimes.
Oh,
because yeah. Like my magician insurance doesn't cover it.
I bet
It does not cover it.
I bet people who already have like certain mental illnesses are more susceptible to that sticking than other people.
Yes, look what he just said. All communication is a form of hypnosis.
Interesting.
Yeah, Darren Brown is amazing. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. If you're communicating, you're getting their brain to see something that you're overlaying. Is that how you would look at it? Like
you're forcing them to focus on you and
my state
change
of
their
being-
perspective to your perspective when you're
Yeah,
communicating.
Right, when you're communicating.
But
I
would that
see.
be labeled hypnosis or would that be something else?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Interesting. Accurate. Yeah, yeah, well, how about this? How about when you use hypnosis in an awake setting? Like when I make things change temperatures in people's hands in my magic show, when I do quarter bending, fork bending, that's hypnosis. They're feeling it. Do you know this? Here, watch this. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to do one right now. Here, sit facing like this. Yeah. Put your hands out like this. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to do this live on the thing. So all you got to do is just relax your shoulders, but leave your hands in the air. Okay? I'm going to let go, but keep them in the air, your hands. Keep them just relaxed in the air.
Do I close my eyes? What do
Yeah,
I
keep
do?
your eyes closed.
Okay.
Actually, you can open them now. Because look, I want you to imagine there and there you have magnets.
Okay.
Okay, so close your eyes. Relax.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Magnet and a magnet. And I want you to imagine in the middle of your hands there's a pole that runs from the ground to the ceiling. And in that pole, remember you have a magnet here and a magnet here. I want you to imagine that pole in the middle, that your hands are going to feel a pull towards the pole in the middle. You're actually going to feel here and here pull towards the middle. Your hands are going to start to feel like they're pulling towards each other. It's going to get stronger and stronger. You're actually not going to be able to stop it necessarily. You're going to feel an incredible amount of pressure pulling in towards those two magnets. In the middle, it's going to get stronger and stronger. Relax, feel it. You're going to feel inside, your hands are coming together. They're actually going to start moving a little even more stronger. It's going to get even more powerful towards the center. Can you actually feel there and there? The magnets are pulling in and in and in. It's getting stronger and stronger. That pull in the middle is pulling your hands towards each other. Can you actually feel a pull a bit? Or no?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Open your eyes. So, yeah, your hands moved a little bit. But I've done this to people where they go like this. Now, the first time someone did it to me, that's kind of what happened to me. I felt them go together. So what does that mean? What is that? I'm communicating this stage picture in their mind. Their brain is hearing it, and it's sending the signals of what I'm saying to their hands.
Another person when I was young used to do something where he'd be like, if you like hold your hands together and you keep like rubbing like a ball, you
Yeah, it
can
feels like a
feel
ball.
a ball of energy.
That's another version.
And like that was
That's
one
cheap.
that I could definitely feel.
So if you go
I'd be
to
like, whoa.
if you go to Taiwan or China, the Qigong guys use that as how they explain qi. They'll go, no, it's real. It's not real. It's their imagination making it. You know. So yeah, I feel it now. I can actually feel it now. Yeah, if I go like this. You have to
move your hands.
Yeah, I feel it right there. It feels like a little ball of energy. So there's a fake version. So if you go like this and you go like this, and I say pull your hands apart and imagine there's a magnet between your fingers, they're going to come together. Well, what happens is they get tired and they start to go together. It's not real. This, your hands naturally don't do this. It's the pull of your imagination. That's hypnosis. It's like you're letting the person take over the director's chair of your brain for a second.
But there are some people that their brains are so resistant to hypnosis.
It won't work then.
That it won't work.
No, yeah. If you're not relaxed.
But there's like a certain. But I think you can't even like control how you're affected by that.
Hi, Finn.
But anyway, it was like on the podcast I was listening to.
So check this
they
out.
Talk about that.
One of the techniques, and this is a little bit of a magic secret, is if you can get somebody to think you caused it, they'll take over. So if I tell you you're going to feel heat in your hand, and I go like this, and you feel the actual heat off my hand, it triggers it to go stronger. There's techniques, and there's a little structure to this. I mean, yeah, every culture has some form of chi. Yeah, basically like some sort of unexplained energy. Well, that's why I don't use the word energy. Like when people go, ooh, I believe in energy. If I ask people that, theistic questions, like I believe in energy, I'm like, what do you mean?
I use energy only in the context where I'm like, the energy of the place was off. Because that's not something like a vibe you can explain.
Yeah, that's different, yeah.
But otherwise,
so when people say energy, vague. I go, you mean electricity?
Yeah.
Do you mean a ghost? Like you believe in ghosts? Is that like what do you mean by energy? Because I don't use the word; it's too ambiguous and weird. But chi would be that. When I went to Taiwan, I saw these chi masters, and they were doing magic tricks. They were literally all doing magic tricks. It was kind of funny. How do you measure this energy? You can't. It doesn't exist. There's no way to measure it because it's not real. It's here. It's an internal mind thing.
Wait, what's not real? Energy in general.
Qigong.
Oh, qi.
Look. Here's my thing. If you go to acupuncture place, they have that chart of meridians.
Yeah.
To me, that chart of meridians is not real, but
it's supposedly pseudoscience. But
it's an early attempt at drawing a nerve centers.
Yeah.
Now the fact,
and I'm sure there's some validity to some of the nerve centers, which is why people go.
But here's the thing.
Unless it's placebo.
Well. Again, look. If you have a headache and I kick you in the stomach, what happens?
I focus on the stomach.
Yeah, your blood flow shifts. But that meridian chart they're using, the reason why it's bullshit is they've never updated it. They invented it 5,000 years ago. Got here it is. It's real. Well, if it was real, they'd be like, well, we thought this one might have done this, but it actually moves. They would have adjusted it over the.
Unless they think it's
it's
just fine the way it is.
Well, because it's not based on science.
Yeah.
If it was based on science, it would get tweaked and moved and adjusted. But because it's based on a mind idea, that acupuncture chart is based on chi. It's like an energy chart. It's not real.
Yeah.
Do you have your lizard brain, mammalian brain, and neocortex brain, but you have something else putting it all together? Interesting. Oh, Alex. Wait. Hold on. Now we're getting good here. Hold on. Hold on. I see an E-meter reference from Bill Yon.
Isn't your prefrontal cortex the one putting it all together? No.
Well, that would be the neocortex. I think the neocortex is the frontal.
Same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is
Well, they're all talking to each other, so they're connecting themselves because they're all talking via electrical signals.
They do move in a sequence. This is the
there
part.
There are sequences, yeah.
They
move in sequences because they have to talk to each other.
Well, and the signal has to travel through one to get to the other.
Yeah.
So that means one of them gets first dibs, which is the lizard brain. It's the
not always.
No, it is though. I think it really is. I think it's the
core. Not in every single situation.
No, but it's the core. It's the first thing your nerve hits before it goes to the other part. Like that, the middle. Like the inside part, the little nubbity nub in the middle. Yeah. That's the lizard. It's the first brain, and then the next one is the next mammal, and then the outside one is the neocortex. So that's why When you are reactive, it's not with your neocortex, it's with the lizard one. It's the first one. It's fight, fuck, flee, friend. Oh, pardon the French. But that's what that's the sequence. And fight is the first one. So when you encounter a sequence of anything in your data processor, you immediately assess its dangerous element. No, it's not, and then you move to the next one.
Well,
this is how subconscious advertising works.
Yeah.
It's using this formula. It's not.
Yeah. Sort of. I think because based on some of the things. So when your visual system is like assessing something for the first time and trying to.
Yeah. A wolf. I see a wolf.
Or wolf or any kind of object. I think it is. I don't think the first thing you do is immediately sense if it's dangerous or not, if it doesn't feel like danger to you. Like, I don't see inanimate objects and I'm like, is that dangerous at
No,
first?
because it's subconscious. It happens within a millisecond. It's literally like so fast you don't even notice it.
But anyway, your brain does move in, like, there are sequences and clusters.
Yeah, it's like a weird and then the thing that puts it together, I don't know. How here. Oh yeah, the lizard brain has to detect threats. Oh yeah. Midbrain always gets sensory input first. Because the lizard brain has to detect the threats. I see. Yeah.
Right, that's okay.
Yeah. I am working on debunking spiritual personal experiences using subconscious and other fun. I do this all the time. Mm-hmm. This is one of the things I do. I've had many experiences that if I had a different mythology attached to me, I would have taken it as a ghost or something, which I know it wasn't a ghost.
I like to alternate depending on what I'm like fixated on that could be a spiritual experience. I flip the perspectives on and off of how would I turn this to be just secular and it's my subconscious playing tricks on me, or how could this be if it was really a spiritual experience, and which one feels, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just like
playing with it. Yeah.
Switching.
Yeah.
Oh, but really going for it, not just like fake.
Well, that's why I like this approach. I would be surprised at what you found. I would like to see. Here's something. Anybody watching, I've mentioned this book a million times. There's a book from a guy named Matthew Alper called God Part of the Brain. And that is where he shows you the spiritual part of the brain is the spatial awareness part of the brain. So the part of our brain that says, I'm sitting here right now, and, here we go. Sensory input goes to the...
Okay. Sure.
To be magnetically direct threats. Okay, here we go. I love this.
Yes, Bill.
Bill, I love this.
The neurobiology.
Bill and I used to sit at a table in high school, which was the Dungeons and Dragons table.
Nice.
You remember this, Bill? We had our stack of books. We all didn't have all the books. Each of us had different ones, I remember. I want to hear more of Bill here.
Well, you gotta listen to that Huberman podcast.
I know. What does it tell everybody? This is cool.
So I really am obsessed with this neurobiology podcast called the Huberman Lab podcast, and he goes really in depth into all the brain mechanisms as well as like tools, just for so many different things: aggression, goal setting, focus.
What's going on a neuroscience level?
On a neuroscience level, yeah.
Very cool.
How your brain is processing everything. It's super cool.
Oh, I love this. I want to hear more what Bill's saying here.
Mm-hmm.
I would, if I had another life, neuroscience is pretty awesome. It's a lot of the neuroscience I'm finding matches the philosophy guys, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
They had some notions and they were kind of right, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say one thing. Oh, the original Hellfire Club? Oh, yeah! Yes, we were the original. Hellfire Club is the Dungeons and Dragons club in Stranger Things now.
Oh,
the new season. You're right. We were the original ones. We're what those things were based on. It was me, you, Tim Gatehouse. I remember Mark Maria, Brandon Williams, Jeff Long. Who else played D&D with us? Oh, there was a bunch of us that would sit around and... brains are weird.
They
yes.
They are.
It's jelly.
I should tell the story of, like, remember when I wanted to see him in Seattle and I didn't go because they were going to make me wear a mask in the lobby?
Oh, in the lobby.
And
Which guy?
and in the show, the Huberman Lab guy. I went all the way to
Oh,
Seattle.
yeah. This was like recent too.
But yeah, whatever.
Insane.
Long story short.
Long story short,
Short,
I want to see
that's
the
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Wait, cognitive neuroscience was my first. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that you were doing that,
wow.
Bill. That's neat. So you know your shit.
That's so cool.
I didn't know that, Bill.
Neuroscience is the best.
I'm a fan. I do like it too as a
So
fun study.
obsessed.
Sam Harris, the philosopher guy, he went to school for neuroscience just to like supplement his philosophy stuff.
Yeah.
But he's kind of
It's
a
really
weirdo.
helpful, I think.
I do. I mean, it's the science part of explaining how the shit's working. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is like one of the craziest data processors ever. I mean, it's amazing. Psychology, clinical psychology is kind of cool. Interesting. Wow. I mean, I'm constantly keeping up on it.
Yeah.
So what else do you? What's your next? You're gonna do Cocktail Magic now. It's just starting. It isn't even open yet.
Yeah. Right now it's just in previews.
Tell them about it.
It officially opens October 7th or 6th. 7th?
2 weeks.
October 6th or 7th. And it right now you can still buy tickets to see previews. But it's going, and it's gonna be. I'm in it for a year. For now, we'll see what happens.
Cocktail Magique.
Yeah, Cocktail
It's
Magique.
in Brooklyn. It's in
Company
Bushwick.
XIV.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. I wanted to make people solve logic puzzles while I shoved them into MRIs and PET scans. Well, okay, so the guy that wrote Bill, you'll love this book. God Part of the Brain. They did that. They shoved priests and nuns and Buddhist monks into the MRI machines and made them pray and stuff, and they studied their brains.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Ooh,
They know where it's happening now.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's so
the
cool.
the feeling of being transcendental with the universe
Yeah.
is your spatial awareness part. It's really interesting.
Wow.
And again, the book is about why we evolved to quote believe in God. Mm-hmm. You know, what's the evolutionary bonus of fantasizing about? This is why I get along with her. We chat about these things a lot.
Yeah. So much fun.
It's really fun, and we're good at playing devil's advocate for each other.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. All right, so it's 9. We're gonna wrap this up.
Cool.
Yeah.
This was so fun.
Did you have fun?
So yeah. So, oh my God. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Woo!
We're gonna watch Ed Wood later. So anywho, I mean, yeah, you can bounce out.
All right.
I'm gonna wrap this up.
Got it.
Folks, Syrena.
Bye.
Yes. Her website is in the description below. All right, what's this say? Robert's Rebellion. Oh God, I love this stuff. If you're new to this channel, folks, I do take donations. It's funny. I always get them when I'm not online and people are watching them later. I don't beg for donations because my main goal is to just get more followers on here. And most of you share the show, and anybody who's been on here sharing it, it means the world to me. It really does help. We got to 1,000 followers, which is really hard to do. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody. I love this show because of the people in here chatting. It's what makes it fun, and it's a smart group of cool people. Thanks, Bill, for your stuff. I should bring you on here one day. we could do on what you know on neuroscience, because yeah, I just like learning about stuff. Why would I not want to learn? Yes, thank you, Alex. It does mean a lot to me. All right, so I think I'm on next Monday. Oh, no, I'm not on next Monday. So next Sunday's my birthday, and I think we're going to go out and party on Monday. So I might not be on next Monday, but we'll figure it out. I want to thank you. I'm going to bounce out. I have a million things I got to do today. It's Monday, and I'm usually busy. What else? Yeah, stay cool. Get your shit done. Take care of your business. And never stop learning. That's what we do here. Let me check one thing. I'm going to take us out with the outro And I don't know. Oh, thank you, Alex. Yes, I'll look for your article on Lex Talionis. Oh my God. Yes, Bill. 40K in RPGs. I'll Dungeon Master. Yes. I was just in Altoona, Bill. I had to go to a wedding, but I literally was in and out. I didn't really hang. I don't know if you're up there. I don't know what city you're in. If you're in Toontown or if you're near. I plan on coming in the winter month. All right, folks. I'm bouncing out. My name is Cardone. This was episode 127 of Evening Hour Live. I don't know what to say except party on and keep coming back. I have a lot of stuff to do and say, and we've been having fun. Wait, I died for 10 years. Whoa, what's this? Oh, I love this. I can't wait to read it. Folks, check it out. If you're watching live and you bounced in late, go watch the earlier part. Over and out.